This morning there were phones ringing and satellites binging and everything else all over the area about a potential 2 soldiers that had been home invaded and had their fingers cut. That's not the case, and it's not the facts that we have here. And the absolute honest scenario is we don't know yet what happened at that house. We're still investigating it. We're working with the military to find out if we can determine what actually occurred this morning at that residence. He stated that there were 2 males that came in and did a home invasion on him, and during that home invasion they cut off his trigger finger, and so we responded to that scene. Shortly after, while we're there investigating, and shortly after the social media pages started blowing up that there was a second incident of a soldier having his finger cut off from a home invasion as well in the Phoenix City and or Lee County area of Smith Station. We confirmed, I personally confirmed with Chief Ray Smith and Sheriff Jay Jones that there was no such incident, and what we were able to determine was that at the time, about an hour after our call, the Phoenix City Police Department had a domestic violence call where a woman had her finger cut. So I think there was some confusion there with the social media, the neighborhood watchers. I think someone with the care ambulance heard this information and posted on Facebook the 2 soldiers having their fingers cut off, and that is inaccurate and has not occurred. I can tell you that it occurred at 8 o'clock, and the person got off, I think, and sometime around 11 o'clock was the post, and from 11 to 12 it just went viral. I mean, around here in our community on the social media, because all of our media watches it. All of the media watches and covers and listens to what the social media is talking about. So, by 11:30, I mean, we were getting calls from all over the place. I mean, we've gotten calls from the Montgomery FBI Joint Terrorism Task Force wanting to know what's going on down here with soldiers and fingers. I mean, it's and so I don't want to make light of it because anything could happen anytime, but this case, that's not what's going on. We don't have an attack on our soldiers in this area losing fingers. We have a soldier who has lost part of a finger, and we don't know yet why that occurred. In light of the Facebook page and the neighborhood watch page and everybody blowing the media up and our office up, we were having to stop investigating the actual crime, if there is one, and start looking into, was there another crime, and that took us off of the focus. I think that's a tragedy. I'm all for social media. I think it can be good. I think neighborhood watchers can be good. This is an incident where, when used improperly and not factual information gets out, this is what occurs. Well, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Social media can be a tremendous asset to the community. They can put information out fast. This is a prime example. thousands of people see that post. And the only thing that I would caution you about is repeating information that's not factual. Before you start something, before you even reply to it, you know, try to figure out if it's accurate. Where is it coming from? And then I don't have a problem with you forwarding a post. I think that there is a lot of information that gets passed around that's second and third hand, that starts a thread that's never credible to begin with. And it's you know, it's out there and people love to read it and talk about it, but there's just not a thread of truth to it. And I think that that's the only downfall to the neighborhood watchers. Look, I like it. I post my people I'm looking for on their website. I think they, you know, 20,000 sets of eyes is better than the number of deputies I've got or the number of deputies the PD has total. So I think there are certainly things that it is absolutely necessity to have the social media out there with us. But there are other times that when it's inaccurate and it's not checked out and valid first, that it causes a lot of trouble and a lot of grief, and we waste a lot of man hours running things down that aren't necessarily even credible to begin with.